Okay, what's up? Peace to the people. Hopefully y'all can see me clear in the YouTube. It looks kind of cloudy a little bit. I don't know. Maybe I gotta clear off my camera. Shout out to everybody coming in. What's up? All right, let me see if I can clear that off. Sorry, YouTube. Sorry. Nah, that ain't even. Yeah, it's a little bit better. What's up? What's up? What's up? Shout out to Sister Jamila. What's up? I see you in here. What up? Peace to Mook. What up? Peace to Rose. There go. There you go. There you go. There you go. There you go. What's up? How y'all feeling today? Today is the 14th. The 141 moment is here. It is a sacred Dizzy. It's a Thursday, of course. You should be wearing your purple. Put your purple on. Put your purple up. See, I'll put some purple on. Yeah, put your purple on, man. Today's a sacred day. Put your purple on. You already know today's Thursday. What up? What up? Peace to everybody gonna come in the building. All right, so let me do a little bit of invites on Facebook, and as far as the YouTube, can I get a share, y'all? Can I get a share? Bang, bang, bang. All right, put a comment in the comment section. That'll be what's up. All right, so let me talk about something in general about the 14th, the 141. If you got your Bible, go to John chapter 1 verse 41. All right? Oh, bang. No. Sorry, y'all. It's all good. Shout out to Sister Wanda. Peace to everybody in the Facebook. All right, so yeah. All right, so I'm gonna talk about a little bit about the chronology of numbers and what they have to do with life in general, and what they might have to do with your life in general. Shout out to Sister Charnette. Peace to everybody. All right, look. So okay. So today's the 14th. All right. Today's the 14th. Okay. You know, just excuse me. Just learning the codex, just exploring the codex within the realms of the body of the Messiah. All right, I came across certain things, y'all. It's 1:41 p.m. Dang, wherever you at. All right. You go to John chapter 141. It says basically they found the Messiah, which is interpreted as Christ. They found the Messiah, which is interpreted as Christ. All right. So it's a difference between Christ and the Messiah. All right. That's something y'all should get from that point at John chapter 1 verse 41. All right. Meaning in reference is that it's a code that was connected to that number in general, which is the number 14. All right. So as you know, within the body of the Messiah, when you see the body of the Messiah, the number 14 guards the torso of the Messiah. It guards the torso. And it represents the two dots. The two dots. All right. So these two dots are very important. You might ask me, well, why these two dots are so important in reference to the mainframe or how we associate it with reality in general. All right. These two dots represent time and space. Okay. Time and space. All right. So in general, it guards the torso because you got the pulse of the heart, which is tick and tock or in and out or breath in and out. So it's the same thing, two dots and connect up. But this is the number 14 in the codex because the number 14 in the codex is the letter N. N representing nation. All right, so a nation is guarded by seven principles. As you know, it must have its own land. It must have its own it must have its own currency. It must have its own flag. It must have its own people. It must have its own language. Um, it definitely must have its own God. All right. So in general, and it definitely must have its own army. But God is the army that take cares and handles everything. All right. So the number 14, the letter N, is guarded, is connected with the is associated with the number 13 also. Because if you take the number 14 and you times it by itself, operating within a square frequency, you get 196. It's the same thing if you take 13, which guards the right collarbone of the Messiah. If you take the number 13 and you times itself, it equals 169. So therefore, it's in the square frequency of itself because you got 196 and 169. And then you got 31 times 31, which equals 196. All right, so these are square numbers, all 131. They're synonymous, and they all being born to seven in general. But when we talk about the number 14, you might ask me, well, why is the number 14 so significant with anything? All right. Well, the number 14 is also connected with silicon because silicon is the 14th element on the periodical table. All right. So as silicon being the 14th element on the periodical table, silicon is one of the most abundant and common elements, next to carbon on the planet. All right. So that's what's so important in reference to the number 14, how it connects to life in general. All right. The number 14 is connected with silicone because if you notice that this is called the me way, the number 14, the letter that is associated with it is called the me way. Like each one of them have like a meaning with them. Like for instance, like number 5 would be Batul, which would be the baby hero. And then you would got number 13, El Masi. And then you got like number 12, which would be the birch tree. So they all have a name that's associated with it. So how you anchor the power of the universe. So the number 14 is called the me way. It's called the me way in representation to the body of the Messiah. So it means that, and you would say, well, dag, that's what we do when we do this. This is called the me way. That is correct. This is called the me way. But when it comes to the body of the Messiah, these two dots represent the me way. All right. In essence, it's the breath that connects us all. It's the heart. It's the beat of the heart, the rhythm of life that connects us all. All right. So yeah, it's connected with the letter M or a letter N, M&M or M&M, N or whatever. But it's the letter N, which is the 14th letter of the alphabet. And we are living in the 14th day. Today is actually a 411, if you want to call it like that. If you float a number backwards or whatever you within the square frequency, it's a 141 moment. Also, it's a 414 moment. All right. And then if you go into the Quran has 114 chapters. So that also connects up with today also because, a lot of people say that Osiris was broken up in 14 pieces and they have different, um, you know, I would say oral traditions that talk about this, but this is also connected with the number 14 too, because the number 14 deals with the months in association with our calendar. We deal with a cycle of time, that's outside of what you call the solar and the lunar. All right. We deal with a cycle of time that is the body of the Messiah. All right. For instance, it's 392 days in our calendar as opposed to 365. All right. It's 14 months in our calendar and 28 days in each month, as opposed to 31 and 30 and 28 days in the Gregorian calendar. And you might ask me, well, why is that? That's not proper. Every excuse me. Everybody knows that the sun goes around the earth around such and such and such and such. No. If you go into Genesis chapter 1, verse 14, which is another 141 moment. Wow, we in the 14th day. All right. If you go into Genesis chapter 1, verse 14, it tells you how to measure time. And you measure time with the stars. You utilize the stars to measure time. All right. And you utilize the great lights. But the greatest light that you utilize in Genesis chapter 1, 14 is the light that's inside you. All right. So I really want people to connect with that in reference to when they think about the number 14 in connection also to the Miwe. All right. Now, this miwe represents the female and the male, both on one hand. The female and the male, both on one hand. When you associate something, you connect it like that. When you put this principle up, it's also represent all three in one. One, two, three, which is man, woman, and child. All three in one. It's the principle of that. But this right here, this two dots in essence represent it also because the two dots represent the woman. The two dots represent the woman, as well as the one dot represents the woman too. Now, you might say, well, why is the one dot represent the woman and the two dots represent the woman? Because she's number one and number two, which is the number 12, Revelations chapter 12, verse 1. That's another 1, 2, 1. She's the woman, all right, that wears the crown of 12 stars upon her head, which is the zodiac. All right, and she sits in the middle as the 13 or also the 14. All right, but it's the two dots and the one dot because the one dot is the hole or the vertex that we all come from, which is the womb. That's the one dot. All right, now the two dots represent the point of creation when she spreads her legs. When she spreads her legs, the two dots. All right, boom. And then the three dots, in essence, is the third planet from the sun, which we are in relation to person, places, and things, past, present, and future, man, woman, and child, and all those things in reference to the three. All right, but she's all that in a bag of chips because you get one and two, it equals three. All right, so it's the three dots, the one dot, the two dot, all upon her forehead or her eyebrows or underneath her eyebrows, representing the female Messiah. Because the female Messiah has the dots on her forehead. If you notice on this image right here, the female Messiah has the dots on her forehead, or also she has the dots underneath her eyebrow, or she has the dots over her eyebrow, or she has the dot on her cheek. All right, that's another thing. Just one dot on her cheek. That's the female Messiah. All right, so as many female Messiahs that are walking this planet, and it has been many counterfeit female Messiahs walking around with trying to portray the beauty mark with a dot right here, knowing that that represents the female Messiah, or also wearing the dots on the forehead just for show and not knowing it represents the third eye opening as in reference to the pineal gland because and this is how you connect it up to the third eye because the third eye is an association with carbon because you would say mostly the body is composed of carbon and so forth like that because of the melanin content, but you would say this too because carbon is converted into a diamond under pressure, and that's the pineal gland. When you under pressure for far as your mind, it converts into a dodecahedron. Your pineal gland creates a crystal in your mind, and that is New Jerusalem falling upon your mind right there. When they talk about that in Revelations chapter 21. All right. So yeah, that's the kingdom falling upon your mind through the pressure and pain that you go to because you can go into um Second Samuel chapter 20 verse 21. All right, and that connects with that. But in essence, that changes the under pressure, your pineal gland through the carbon and whatever like that, and the melanin content in your body, the carbon turns and converts into a diamond. You feel me? It turns into a diamond, a crystal. So you're able to project. You'll be able to. You become a light being. You'll be able to channel the light more from your mind, from the dendrites, because the dendrites, more or less, they look like trees, but they strike like lightning, just like how lightning likes to strike trees. All right. So you connect this up with the number 14 because if you say the number 14, yeah, Osiris is broken into 14 pieces, but a set puts these 14 pieces back together. And a set essentially meaning throne, a set meaning throne, but every female takes her throne in realm of ascension when she becomes conscious and aware of her duties in nature, and her duties in life, and her duties to her children, her duties to her husband, and her duties to her mother, her duties to her father, her duties to everything that is essentially a part of the pool of creation that she swims through. All right. So yeah, the 14 is very important. So yeah, you got like I said, and it goes even deeper because the four, 1 and 4 equals 5, essentially equaling the 5 points of a woman too. It equals the 5 points of a woman too. You know what I mean? So, in connection with the body of the Messiah, you would think that these two dots also represent something else. Yeah, they represent the two breasts, the two dots on the breast, the two dots on the breast. I know you see the two dots like this. The only reason why it's really on there, but you can associate it like any way you want because you operating from the dot. You can see it like this, this. So you see the other two dots, the two dots representing the two breasts, the nipples, the breasts. So the 14 is also representing the woman as in nativity because the 14th letter of the alphabet so happens to be N, representing nation or nativity. Now, if you go into your 141, which is the 14th letter of the alphabet, if you go into the 141, you'll see in the 141 how we break down nation and how the woman nativity is a nativity. The woman guards that in reference to the two dots. All right. So in essence, when you see like any Bible or like different holy scriptures, a lot of times they put two dots after the verses and stuff like that. And you might say, well, why they put the two dots there like that? All right, because they associate the two dots with time and space, as in saying that this stuff is real. So I really want y'all to take in consideration this 14th day. Now, the 14th day, I'm going to give y'all a hook. I'm going to give y'all a hook. I'm going to make y'all be fishers of men, women, and children. I'm going to give y'all a hook. All right? This is a hook. Y'all get that? It's going to be a hook. You hear me? This is a hook. Okay? Y'all the fishers, y'all take your finger like this and go like this. Y'all the fishers of men, women, and children. This is the hook. Now you might say, well, why is it the hook, Lamel? Because more or less it looks like an N to me. If you draw it, it looks like an N. But if you put it together, it looks like a house too. It looks like a house too. So that'd be the hook that you draw men, women, and children unto the house or the kingdom of what you consider to be the Most High God. All right. So yeah, it does look like that, right? If you put two ends together, which is the hook, which is the hook. All right. And that's the hook for 14 right now, which is the letter N. That's the letter N, which almost looks like that association with that. Because how a nation is structured and built is built built through the line. It's built through the line of us holding on to the rope of Allah. You know what I'm saying? A lot of times people don't get that. Like like I said, yeah, it's built through the line of us holding on to the rope of Allah. Now the rope of Allah. See, this is the funny thing. Let me break this rope down of Allah. See, Allah doesn't give you a whole rope to bring you back to his kingdom like that, because the rope is the umbilical cord, all right? But Allah or she or Alat or Allah, because Alat and Allah are one and the same. Alat and Allah are one and the same. But Alat and Allah doesn't essentially give you the rope like that and then you can just boom 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 boom. Alat or Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala or Alat gives you the rope in knots. Gives you the rope in knots. So when you climb in that rope, you're able to grip that rope even more. So the knots represent the agreements and those agreements that you make with God. Those are the knots you tie when you tie a knot with God, because God has a rope, or they say hold on to the rope of Allah. Yeah, hold on to the rope of Allah. But when Allah gives you the rope, Allah ties it in knots, so you're able to understand certain things in increments, in stages. That's why Allah gives you the rope in knots like that. So you got to be able to tie those knots, meaning that you got to be able to be about your word. You got to be about your word. So you tie those knots and you are in agreement, one accord with what you're doing in life. And then nature will move like that for you, because nature will be tying the knot with you. All right, and then you'll be in one accord. So now as you tie in the knot, you're able to move up, higher up, or what they consider to be the mainframe consciousness, or to a higher degree of, or you'll be able to level up, which is a palindrome, as well as Lemale, and Lemale is a palindrome. It's a palindrome number, meaning that it flows frontwards and backwards, up and down, which creates the cosmic cross, which creates the cosmic cross. All right, so this is very important. When y'all think about, where we come from on this. A lot of people, I'm looking at just different schools of thought, and I bring this back to martial arts. When I first started studying martial arts 20 years ago, with my master, after he suspended me, because he suspended me for about 7 years because I wanted to kill people, because I had an attitude. He felt as though I wanted to kill people, so he suspended me for 7 years. But when I went back with him, I learned certain things from him, and he asked me a certain question. Always he asked me, which martial arts is the best? And my egotistic answer, my first thing is, I said was, Siamese is the best. Siamese is the best, master. Siamese is the best. No. And then what he told me was, it's not the martial arts that is the best. It is the man or the woman behind the art that makes it the best. Hopefully y'all get where I'm coming from on that. I don't knock nobody for whatever they do, or whatever they feel comfortably connected with in general. I'm here to get my people. I'm here to get those people that are spiritually in my tribe. I'm just telling y'all. I'm here for the lost sheep of what you call the house of ascension. Yisrael, if you want to call it however you want to call it. But it's the house of ascension, because if you go into Quran, it's Isra, as in Isra, meaning when Muhammad made a Isra in chapter Quran 17 verse 1, that's a 171. That's when you getting on your 171, when you're the one getting on your 7. All right, so yeah, I'm here for my people. I'm not here for the world, y'all. I just want to let y'all know, this is not a popularity contest. I'm not trying to convert people. I'm here channeling a frequency, and I'm looking for those that are really connected with that realm of thought, that frequency of thought, because otherwise than that, it won't be no struggle. It won't be no struggle at all. Everything will be automatic. This has to be innate. This has to be innate. It has to be something that's inside you that you flow with from your being. If it don't flow from your being, if you don't gravitate towards this, and then your being don't bring you towards this because of gravitation, the 131, and knowing the concept of the cornerstone and these things, then what can I say? It's a magnetic pull pulling you to this, telling you to come home. If that's the case, come home. If that's the case, come home. If something else is pulling you, go ahead, because they might have what you're looking for. I don't know. But I'm for the lost sheep. The lost sheep, I'm not even for no sheep no more, because the sheep, they coming in wolves clothing, or the wolves coming in sheep clothing. This is crazy. So this is like a whole mix-up. But I'm for those of the house of ascension, more or less, that's ready to take that step, ready to build with this mathematical system. This is a codex, man. That's all I can tell you. It's a codex. It's a way how reality is simulated through a certain mainframe thought pattern. Now, men and women lie, numbers don't lie, no matter what. All right, now, this is a more. This is a more, meaning a love. Yeah, a love. A more, meaning that it's measurable, observable, and repeatable. These cycles of 131, that's why we are Moors. You say, really? Yeah, because we deal with the science of the Moors, which is something that's measurable, something that's observable, and something that's repeatable. So when you deal with the cycles of 131, you'll find out that all day, every day, that all these cycles are synonymous with your reality, period. Now, I don't know if you want to take the time and sit back and learn something new, because a lot of times people are in a D mind, or in a dead mind, meaning that they're fucking demons, period. Demons. dead minds. But I look at demons or dead minds like diamonds, because the word diamond is the same thing, demon. Because if you look at a diamond is something that was ugly at first. It was a freaking coal. You say, man, that's ugly, man. It's like, but you can't consider black to be beautiful, right? All right. So now you look at that piece of coal, right? You'll say, man, after all that pressure in the situation, the ugly, that coal turns into a beautiful diamond. That coal turns into a beautiful diamond, a diamond. Or is it a demon? I don't know. Which one? You tell me. So, in essence, you can convert certain things that you got going on. That's why I told you, I said, man, you know how they associate diamond. They say diamond, demon, diamond, demon. But diamond and demon is synonymous because they connect that up with the 6 protons, 6 neutrons, and 6 electrons of carbon of carbon. Because they say demons are beautiful. That's why they call diamonds. They call a diamond. Considering that, all right. But it goes even deeper. You know what I'm saying? Because we're being converted to diamonds. You know what I mean? In essence, I wanted to give y'all something of today. Today is the 14th day. It represents silicone, the 14th element, which is also the MeWe. Silicone is the most abundant element besides carbon on this planet. I mean, you got hydrogen and you got other stuff like that, because I know somebody might try to shark me or try to debunk it or whatever. But listen, silicone. If you think about all the crystals that you got, they based on silicone. Computers nowadays are based on silicone. Like, people are putting silicone body parts in their body. You know what I'm saying? Silicone is it can oh man, I really gotta break this down. I gotta have a whole build on this situation. The relation of silicone and carbon. I'm gonna do a whole PowerPoint or something on that probably later. All right. Um, it's another thing I want to talk about before I get off. I want to show y'all, and and hopefully people are learning. Like, people are learning the codex. Like, it's important for y'all to know the codex, because I might show y'all something like this. Like, after December 21st, I'm taking y'all to the 32nd degree and the 33rd degree. Now, you might say, man, this is Masonic, Lamel. No, it's not Masonic. Because if it was Masonic, you would be in the hall. You would be in one of their halls. You would be in one of their lodges. All right? This is not. All right? This right here, we should be able to see these things. Like, you should be able to see, by knowing the codex, pretty soon you're going to be able to know certain things like this. You're going to look at numbers like patterns. You're not going to look at or as geometrical shapes. That's what I'm preparing people for, man. So you can learn numbers and see numbers through geometrical shapes, and not see them through like, of what you consider to be Anglo-Saxon or anything else. Everything is more or less hieroglyphic in nature, but you know what I'm saying? Meaning it's a sacred writing, all right? But it's a sacred writing because if you think about it, when you spell words, you spell, meaning that you putting a spell on something. Yeah, you casting a spell when you spell words, when you conjure up these things, all right? So I wanted to show y'all something. I want to draw something, and I want to show y'all a number of how we supposed to see numbers for now on. I want to show y'all how we supposed to see numbers for now on. Like, for instance, I'm going to show y'all something. Let's say if I look at the number, let's say somebody put up a number. Give me a million number. Somebody give me a million number. Like, give me a number like this. 5,000,000, 5,000,000, 5,876,459. All right, let's say a number like that, right? Shout out to Sister Cecilia. What's up? Look at this. When you look at a number like this, I don't want y'all to look at this number like this no more. All right? Listen, when y'all look at numbers like this, I don't want y'all to see numbers like this. Let's say that might be your phone number. In essence, that's your phone number. Let's say that's your phone number because everybody's phone number is like in the millions, right? Everybody's phone number is in the millions. So let's say if you write a phone number, if I write my phone number down to you and it's 5,876,459. Just writing it like that instead of like how they write a phone number. This is how y'all remember every phone number that y'all ever see from now on by knowing the codex. That's why I said you got to learn this stuff in stages. Please walk with me, y'all. Please walk with me. Please, y'all learning numbers through geometrical figures and through just watch this. So I got 59. So 59 would be this. That would be 550, my 50 and 59, right? That's 59. Okay, that's 59. So 400 would be this. That would be 459. Okay, so now we getting real deep. So now we got 800 and we got 876,000. So you take this, that's the thousand, and you put 76 right here, which is this. 7, my fault. 7 and 6, right? That's 76,800. Bang, my fault. Start to look at it like that, and then you put the 5. Then you put a 5, which is the million, which is the square. That would be 5. So the image will almost look like this. Sorry, I got this in a crayon. I'm just drawing on a crayon so it'll look brighter for y'all. But you'll start to see images like this, and then saying, "Oh man, that's 5,876,459." Looking at it like that by learning the codex. You know what I'm saying? So it's coming to that. Whereas though, you know, we'll be able to see numbers. Now it's important to see numbers through geometrical shapes. You might say, well, why is it important to see numbers? Dag, I gotta Gary leave. I gotta Gary go to work. It's 111. Dag. It's 111. I gotta Gary go, y'all. Yeah, let me be out. I'm gonna give y'all 2 more minutes of my time. So 1 more minute, 2 more minutes of my time. So I can cock out 114. So that'll be hot. It'll be on the codex. Listen, I want us to start when after the 30s after the 21st of December, according to the Gregorian calendar. I'm going to drop a book called the Rise of Atlantis. All right. And within the Rise of Atlantis, I'm going to open up the geometrical shapes to open up a realm of your mind, which is we opening up right brain activity when you're looking at numbers like this. People don't understand it. It's like when you looking at a number like this, you're not looking at the artistic value of it. So when you automatically look at geometrical shapes, it opens up the right brain center of your mind because you would think about it like, dag, it's artistic, it's geometrical, and you start putting it synonymous to different shapes that coordinate with life in general. You're like, oh man, that looks like a map or something. That look like something that look like a tree. That look like a such and such. So, because geometrical shapes connect up with it's just relative to life in general. It manifests within life, geometrical shapes. All right, so that's important too. So how many minutes I got? It's one. I'm gonna clock out one. It's 1:13. I got 1 more minute. I'm gonna say this. I love y'all, man. I'm gonna come back. Today is Thirsty Thursday. You should be putting on your purple. Put your purple up wherever you at. Put your purple up. You already know what it's hitting for. Put your purple on. Today represents Jupiter. Jupiter connected to Thursday. Pardon me. I'm slurring a little bit because I'm trying to do this real quick. But Thursday could be representing the 4 if you move from the moon, which is Monday, which is your first day, or Thursday could be your 5, which is Sunday. You moving from the Sunday, all right, as your first day. Depends how you move. But either way, it still connects up as in being the center of our solar system because its magneto is the strongest within our solar system, all right? Even stronger than that of the sun. Okay, so in essence, it goes around the zodiac in 12 years of precession, as um as well as it has four moons, which are represent the four synoptic gospels, or four canoptic jars. All right, or the four sons of Haru. Okay, so that's a whole nother build. I love y'all. It's 1:14. It's actually 11:14 on his clock. I love y'all. 747 24/7 361 degrees. Shout out to my 141s. You already know the 411. I love y'all, man. Thank you for the YouTube connecting in. Thank you for everybody on Facebook. I love y'all, man. I really appreciate the love. Can I get a share and support the movement, man? Thanks. Peace.